Hello. I am really excited to talk today about this incredible technology called the AO scan from Solex. I've done one of these videos before. It's been a couple years, so I wanted to update this because there's been a lot of updates with the AO scan itself. It truly is a wellness center in the palm of your hands. So, kind of go back to the little history of the AO scan. It goes back several decades. So, when a man named Lawrence Swenson, he had a son who had cerebral palsy, and he traveled the world to look for answers to improve his quality of life. Lauren met several doctors developing new neurotherapeutic treatments, which were incredibly helpful and life changing for his son. This really started his journey with frequency based treatment. And in 2008, when he was at a trade show in China, Lauren came across a digital body scan that used a very large transducer headset. He was really impressed with this technology, so he acquired the rights to bring it to the US. And over the next few years, Lauren and his team created the first AO scan in 2012. He then developed the AO scan technology in mobile form, which made it accessible to everybody. Before Lauren had developed this in a mobile form, so the original device was a $38,000 device that was really more for doctors and practitioners, and it was so large that it was really just more for inpatient visits. So when he took this technology and made it into a mobile form, that changed the game, that made it accessible to everybody. And the mobile scanning began with the inner voice, which I'll talk about in just a little bit here, but that's only a fraction of what the AO scan can do now. With the AO scan technology, you can use it wherever there's accessibility with the internet. So on any sort of device as well. So your cell phone, computer, tablet, anything like that, and you can use it on the go. Now, because our cells create and receive energy, we are able to measure this energy and find if it's in balance or out of balance. Every part of our body, down to our DNA, has its own unique frequency. And Solex has done the work of categorizing those healthy frequency blueprint signatures of everything in our bodies. So the AO scan is able to scan and optimize. It can create custom sound therapy. It can generate, broadcast, and imprint frequencies. It can check for what supplements and therapies that the body would most benefit from. And it can also help to create homeopathics and flower remedies. So you can actually create those things rather than having to go to the store and buy like the little bottles of the Bach flower remedies or the tubes of homeopathics. You can actually imprint those frequencies into water objects. You can even get little blank pellets that are kind of the same thing as those homeopathics and imprint it onto those. We are energetic beings, right? So the frequencies that we are exposed to can either be healing or harmful. So with this technology, we use the power of good frequencies to bring the body back to balance and harmony. So there's so many different programs and features in the AO scan, from EMF protection, that's supplement library. There's an easy scan, inner voice, vitals, hormones, chemistry panel. There's a comprehensive scan. There's a body scan, body system scan. There's even a dental and a homeoenergetic scans. Those ones you would need more training to kind of unlock those features of the program. So that's not available initially, but that's definitely something, if that's something that you want to get more into, you can get further down the line. So those would be the only two that don't automatically come with it, but these other ones do, like the Cephi, so the subtle energy frequency imprinter, mind sync. And you also have the capability to multi-scan, so scanning multiple people at the same time, and also multicasting, so broadcasting frequencies to various people at the same time. So the inner voice feature here, this uses sound harmonizing technology that generates a balancing audio frequency derived from our own voice spectrum to supplement frequencies that we are lacking. The inner voice will analyze the specific tones, frequencies, pitches in your voice to create a customized sound therapy playlist. And it also generates a report that has the balancing octaves that can assist to create this balance in the body. And the report also includes audio files, so MP3s that will correspond to each of the balancing octaves, which are all outlined in the report. For maximum benefit, you want to listen to these audio files 2-3 times a day, or really whatever your schedule allows. If it's only one time a day, cool, go for it. Don't go over, don't kill yourself over perfection, right? It's about consistency. You do want to use headphones with that as well too. To further strengthen your results, you can use the recommended colored light wave optical glasses. And I'm going to grab those here real quick so I can show you. All right. I'm currently wearing blue blocking glasses right now, so these are a little bit different. These are just because it's daytime. I'm looking at a computer, blah, blah, blah. But these are the light wave optical glasses. So you have one of these, and then you have all sorts of different colored lenses that you can put on that will correspond to what the report is telling you that you need. Light or color also has a frequency, right? So it's another form of frequency medicine. So because each color has a frequency, the inner voice report will have recommendations on what color lenses to wear to balance your emotions. So they're recommended to wear for 10-15 minutes, either while listening to your tones or really anytime during the day. So each time you create your inner voice playlist, you will have a new tailored to you sound therapy playlist that includes binaural beats, specific tones, and frequencies. And if you're really into sound therapy, I've got something else to introduce you to. Frequency-minded music from Listening to Smile. This was the beginning of my journey into learning about frequency in general several years ago. All of this music is composed by sound alchemist Ian Morris. His frequency-minded music incorporates specific frequencies and tones and is designed to resonate with the natural frequencies of the body, mind, spirit. So much more information on that. You can check out his website, listeningtosmile.com, which I'll leave links in the description of this video, so you can kind of check all the things that I talk about. But this music is really crafted to calm, motivate, elevate your spirit. There's an entire wellness series of albums for personal use, and there's also an option to become an affiliate, which will give you the rights to use the music. So if you are a holistic practitioner of any sort, think about yoga instructor, massage therapist, Reiki, anything like any sort of energy type work, any sort of practitioner, you can use this music. And even just if you're not a practitioner, you can be an affiliate and also use this music as well. So again, ton of information on the website. If you want more, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to give you more info on that. So here are just some testimonials from people who have used the features or just the AO scan in general. So this person was using inner voice. It took her from living in that OCD mindset to finally being able to relax and able to sleep. This person had a bad shoulder injury with multiple tears. They recently had an MRI, and they were amazed to see the similarities of the AO scan and what that reported to what an MRI reported. They are the accuracy of the AO scan I'm not saying it's going to replace MRIs or CT scans or anything like that, but they can be used as a complementary tool when figuring out what's going on in the body. So this is looking at things on an energetic level, not necessarily the physical level. This person was talking about their anxious feelings and panic attacks and being able to play the music and immediately feeling that tension subside. Mind sync. So here's another very cool feature of the AO scan. So mind sync is really the ultimate subconscious reprogramming tool. It's actually the way you can change your life. Why? Well, your subconscious mind creates reality and it has no ability to reject a thought. It only has the ability to accept. So what you give becomes your life experience. So that's why you should never say things like, I'm broke, I can't afford it, I don't have money, or any sort of negative thoughts about yourself, because your subconscious mind will accept those thoughts as truth and it will seek out and find and to be able to reflect that truth back to you. So those negative thoughts are actually creating the very thing that you don't want. The subconscious mind uses energy and frequency to influence and impart the world around you and to confirm your beliefs in your environment. The subconscious mind will work hard to validate those core beliefs in every aspect of your life. So if you have a core belief about yourself that, there's never enough, your subconscious mind will be sure to validate that with lack in every single aspect of your life. We don't want that, right? No. So the MindSync app is very cool because you can create your own custom affirmations, and it will play it with, you'll select the custom music that you wanted to play it with. So you record all that and then you listen to it and you play it back to yourself. Kind of the best time to do that is, maybe right when you wake up in the morning, right as you're falling asleep, to really get into more of that theta brainwave state. This helps to cross that consciousness barrier because, how many times, affirmations are great, but, you say like, I am rich, I am powerful, I am whatever. And then there's that little voice in your head like, no, you're not. That's not true. So this is a way to be able to cross that barrier and to really reprogram your beliefs. Right. Supplement library. So another amazing feature of this little handheld wellness center is the ability to create your own supplement library. It will capture the energetic signature of your supplements, your essential oils, your therapies, homeopathics. Well, it already has all the homeopathics, but it will categorize and organize them. And you can scan to see exactly what you need at any particular time. You could do a quick scan in the morning, midday, evening, and just kind of see what you need. Now, I found this to be very cool because there are so many supplements and protocols. I'm speaking as a nutrition therapist here. There's so many supplements, so many protocols that people are taking. Just bags of supplements that they're taking and downing every single day because they got to take this many of this each day. And that really creates a huge burden on the body, right? So we were not designed to be taking handfuls of pills every single day. Now, I totally believe in supplementation, but what I believe is in targeted supplementation. So taking a specific supplement for a specific issue for a specific period of time, not just like, I take vitamin D every day. I take this every day. This is also what I take. I've got a whole bunch to say on vitamin D. I don't advise supplementing with vitamin D, but that's a whole other topic that I won't get into. But I've also shifted over the years to taking supplements more intuitively. It's just kind of, I take something when I feel like, I feel like I could use some extra vitamin C in, like a whole food form. I'll have like a Camu powder or Isarilla cherry or something like that with high amount of vitamin C. Just kind of, to me, it's just like, I feel like I need milk thistle today or whatever it is. I just kind of have this intuitive way that I've gone about it for the last several years. So it's pretty cool when I do a quick scan and see a supplement come up that I already felt like I needed. So that just is very validating. Not only does this save the overload on the body, but it also saves you money since you're not going through bottles and bottles of supplements all the time. And speaking of saving money, you can also create your own homeopathics and flower remedies by imprinting the frequencies into water or objects or even those little blank pellets. Next feature, Cephi. So subtle energy frequency imprinter. This is a personal menu of thousands of frequencies that address various imbalances that can be broadcasted to the person. It could be imprinted into an object. You could even broadcast it into spaces like your house, your car. You can even broadcast frequencies to your bank account, abundance frequencies, wealth frequencies. So there are various categories in this feature. First one, quantum reach. So these are going to be frequencies for emotions and body functions. The quantum frequency is physical functions. Quantum affirmations are to balance emotions. The flowers are just like those Bach flower remedies, and these are extracted from a wide range of different flowers to target specific emotional issues. The chakras, balance energy, homeopathy. There's tons of remedies that are the exact same things as you buy in the store in those tubes. And then the homeoenergetics is a combination of homeopathic and energetic frequencies. So more for helping with detox and things like that. So, and in each of these categories, there is also a scan button, which will scan you or whatever the target is, and it will list the top frequency that is needing support. So I like to scan within each category and then create a playlist to use for that day. A lot more features in here. So there's even an essential oils feature in here. So you can actually scan and identify what essential oil is in most resonance with your body at that particular time. You can pair it with the AO Tune device, which I haven't even gotten around to playing with that one yet. I'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. So if you're into like tuning forks and things like that, you'll probably be drawn to that feature. You can also imprint these essential oil frequencies into a carrier oil and put maybe like 3 drops of the actual essential oil, thus extending the amount of time that you have your, precious little bottle of essential oils. There's a minerals feature, so you can scan and identify what's most in resonance with your body here in terms of electrolytes, microminerals, macrominerals. I mean, it's crazy how much there is. And then the homeoenergetics. So this is those detox frequencies. So, I mean, all these different frequencies that you can run. I mean, if you are dealing with something like Lyme or heavy metals or mold, chemical, I mean, all of this stuff, you run these frequencies constantly to help to bring your body back into that balance and help to detox that out. So again, thousands of frequencies to support illnesses, emotions, injuries. There's customized lists that you can make. You can scan and identify what's needed, imprint those frequencies into various things, and broadcast them anywhere to whoever around the world. Let's kind of scroll through these. There's more like the homeopathies, Cephi dots. So these are something that you can get from Solex. You can imprint frequencies into these little Cephi dots, and you can actually send those to people, or you can wear them yourself, and it'll also tell you optimal spots on the body to put them. Just some more testimonials here. Someone who would get migraines, and then after using, the imprinting frequencies in the Cephi dot, placing it on their head, helps with their migraines. That multi-scan feature. So you can scan and optimize up to 16 different people at a time. So what I do, I create different client groups. One is of my family, pets, spaces, and you can scan all of them at once, which helps with time too, right? Rather than scanning each person, even though it doesn't take a whole lot of time, if you're scanning a ton of people, that takes up some time. So being able to do all of that up to 16 people at the same time is pretty awesome. Time saver. Also that multicast, so you can broadcast different frequencies up to 16 different people at a time. So you can have your group of people that you have specific playlists for. You can run about 5 different playlists for that same person and 16 different people at the same time. So again, huge time saver. The AO tune here. So I don't really even know too much about this feature because I haven't really gotten into this one, but if tuning forks is something that you're into, this would be a cool option for you to look into and check out. So just a little recap of what we've gone over so far. We've talked about the inner voice. We've talked about MindSync, the supplement library, the Cepheid system. But wait, there's more. So next we'll talk about the vital scan, comprehensive scan, hormones, and the homeoenergetics scan. So the vital scan, so this generates a multi-page data report. The results display the frequencies that are out of range. So there's a blood report. So that covers a range of blood measurements and displays frequency levels in range and out of range. There's a chakra report, whether a person's chakras are off center, off balance, and the report will display each category as frequency levels in or out of range. There's a gastrointestinal report, meridian report, nutritional report, physical functionality report, toxicities. It'll talk about like bacteria, fungus, heavy metals, allergies, viruses. So much more in here. And these are, kind of with these scans, by looking at your report, you could see it'll show you what you were before and then what you are after the scan. So, and there's a simplified way, kind of the classic view that you can look at it, where it's more of like green or red dots. So, you may have a lot in red, and then once you scanned and optimized, you're back into the green. You could also stay in the red. You could also go from green to red. And so there's different ways, and there's so many opportunities to learn exactly how to read these reports. So I wouldn't say, if this is completely new to you, you have no idea how to read or comprehend any of this, like, who cares? It doesn't matter. Just do the scan. You're still getting a treatment, right? And you can check it out later. But if you kind of want to really look into it and kind of see what's going on, I like to take these as little snapshots. So the same thing like a blood test would be. That's giving you a little snapshot of what is actually occurring inside the body, this being on that energetic level. So over time, when you do multiple scans, you can look for patterns. So if there's something that's continually coming up in the red, that's an indicator like, okay, I need to give some extra support in this area. So that's kind of a good way to see it and look at it. There's also a chemistry scan, which is very, very cool, equivalent to like a CBC panel. So they have different check marks. So check marks mean you're good, you're in balance. The up arrow means levels are high, down, low. So again, looking for patterns with that. Hormones as well. So these are all in percentages. So it's either -40 or +40. That's considered balance. So it's best really for this one to get yourself a baseline one day. And then you want to do 3 scans 3 times a day for 3 days, all the same time frame, like morning, midday, evening for 3 days in a row. And that'll kind of give you more or less your baseline. And then you can kind of go from there. Another testimonial here about the inner voice and vitals. The comprehensive scan. So this is the one that's similar to an MRI or CT scan. The frequency optimization will pick up anything out of range and will generate canceling frequencies that will help you balance your organs or system to achieve that state of homeostasis or balance. So this offers a huge library of information that's constantly being upgraded on a regular basis. So again, don't get so bogged down and like, oh my God, I don't know how to understand any of this. It's just running the scan is a treatment. So continually doing that just constantly helps to push your body back into that balance mode. figure it out later. you know, this is just a sample of what the reports look like and just how detailed they are. And you can even scan your pets. So I've used this on all of our pets since I started using this. And um, I had a family member who had to put down their pet, and kind of unbeknownst to them, I created a profile for their pet because I knew the day that they were going to be doing this. And so I put together a playlist and broadcasted love, gratitude, all these good frequencies to their pet on that day, and also sending them some comforting frequencies as well. Kind of on stealth mode. I didn't tell them that, but that's the coolest thing, because you can actually do that. Send it to whoever, wherever they are in the world, and unbeknownst to them, they're still getting benefits from it. So this really helps to put your own health back into your hands, right? That's really what I've been my main focus for years and years now, is being your own health advocate. Because nobody else cares as much as you do about your health, right? We need to stop outsourcing our health, basically. So this is a very cool way to put it back into your hands. It's non-invasive, it's safe, it's portable, it's comprehensive, it's whole body. You can use it for the entire family. So just a very, very cool wellness solution here. If you're a practitioner, this could be a valuable addition to your client's treatment plans as well. Being quick and easy, you can help support them in between appointments. You can do voice recordings in person, or even remotely email them the music files for them to listen to. I mean, this could all, if you are a virtual practitioner, this would work for you as well. And some things that the practitioners are saying, that how spot on it is, accurate, unbelievable, remarkable. This is a technology that is amazing, and honor and privilege to have access to this. Some ways that practitioners are using this. So clearing and shielding not only their energy, but the energy of their space, of their office. They can use the Bach flower remedy frequencies instead of actually creating them. They can imprint homeopathic remedies into the little sugar pellets, like those blank pellets. It can, kind of tip you off to supplements that your client might need. Not necessarily that they, are prescribed. And I don't want to say prescribed, but that's bad word to use with this. But, as part of their protocols, this will tell you actually, like, hey, actually, they need this one right now. So you can kind of tailor things that way. You can run detox frequencies, like I was talking about before, for mold, Lyme, Epstein-Barr. So if you're a practitioner, this device is invaluable. It really helps to take the guesswork out of what you're doing. Again, it's really helping at that energetic level. And this energy medicine practitioner, who's also a nutritionist, they have used a ton of different modalities and techniques over the years. But this kind of blows all the other technologies out of the water. And this can be used as a preventative measure, right? So it can help with any sort of environmental stressors. It helps to restore balance, renew energy, educate you really on where the support is needed. It helps to neutralize negative energies with that regular optimization. And then some other things with Solex. I mean, they have a whole supplement line. These are just a few things for gut support. There's the youth, which is collagen. There's enzymes, all of them, which are infused with frequencies. The AO Hub, I don't even know anything about this, but this is another newer feature out that is really helpful for the brain. So it targets critical brainwave states for optimal mental rejuvenation. And then some other tools. I have the 660 band, which is like a red light wrist wristwatch kind of thing. So you can wear that. That helps to, putting it on the wrist, all the blood is flowing through there every, 7 minutes or so. So it really helps with the blood flow. It helps with our bodies being able to absorb more nutrients. I recently just ordered the face mask. I'll be getting that here pretty soon, which I'm excited about. This infinity mat is definitely on my list of things to get at some point, but they've got a ton of really cool quantum tools as well. The mission of this community is really to raise the vibration of the planet, help raise the frequency of the planet. And you can do this by raising your own frequency. That is going to have a ripple effect out into the world. The vision is to help every person with the AO scan technology to achieve balance with mind, spirit, body, all to improve their health, their well-being. And so, we are always looking for more people to join in on this mission. The investment with the AO scan is $149 per month, which is less than $5 a day. So if you're somebody who gets a coffee drink every single day, maybe skip a month and you could have this whole technology, right? You can get started today. Again, I said I would leave all the links to everything that I talked about in the description of this video, so you can check that out. Feel free to reach out with any questions. And as I was saying before, don't feel overwhelmed by this. There is so much support and training that comes with the subscription as well. I also have some sample passes available for you to try this out for 6 days if you want to try it out without that financial commitment. That way you can really play around with it, decide if it's something that you would want for yourself and family, and kind of go from there. Even if you do sign up right away, you can always cancel or pause your subscription. And I think that's it. Again, if you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to me. If you want to get started with this, feel free to reach out to me. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this, and I hope that our paths will cross soon.